Hi guys, I am back with my first December daily of 2024. This is the same journal that I used from 2023. This is an old Betty Crocker cookie cookbook. This cookbook was one, not this specific cookbook, but this cookbook, another version of it, was one that me and my mom always pulled cookies out of to do for Christmas. So I thought it was a perfect book to alter to make into one of my December daily journals. So this one I think has about 4 signatures and I am already on signature number 3, and I wanted to start 2024 with a little introduction page. This picture of my daughter was taken just right before December started, and I am just going to use that as my intro. She has a really cute Christmas kind of sweater on and she has a cup of hot chocolate, so I thought it was perfect to start the book off for this year. I am taking this vintage piece of ledger paper and I'm just ripping it down to get it to the size that I need, and that is where my journaling is going to go. And earlier I showed you kind of how I made those numbers, but what I basically did was just stamped out the numbers with a red Stampin' Up ink, and I fussy cut them out and I stamped them onto tea dyed paper. And then like I said, I just cut them out and then I put a base of a printable right underneath that. If you have any questions about where I got any of my supplies, like the printables and such, just let me know and I can get that information if I have it and I can send that to you guys, or reply in the comment section. So now I'm just gluing down the photo. I cut the ledger paper down to size. And then once I glue this photo down, I'm going to search for some embellishments that I can use to embellish the page here. And most of these, I know some of these are Tim Holtz, but I know this is another brand too. Maybe, I had it last year and I don't have the packaging anymore. And I can't quite remember. If you're curious and you would like to know, let me know in the comments below and I should be able to find it. I just don't know off the top of my head. I probably have it in my videos that I had from last year, because like I said, I did use these last year as well, and I can probably get that information. So I'm just trying to figure out some layering that I think will look nice over here on the ledger piece. And I do want to ink up the edges, mostly just to get rid of the brown, or sorry, mostly to get rid of the white edges. So I'm adding a little bit of brown. I don't necessarily need it very distressed, but I really don't like the starkness of the white edge, except what I have on my photo. So you see here, I'm just quickly inking around all the pieces, and I'll do the same thing to the holly. I contemplated actually trimming the holly down a bit more, but it's a thicker chipboard, not chipboard, but a thicker cardstock, and I thought it would be too difficult, so I just figured I would add a little bit of the brown ink, and that works just fine, and it kind of settles down that really harsh white color. So I'm really liking how that looks. I like how the star point kind of tucks between the 2 and the 4 at my date up there. And then I'm just going to take my art glitter glue and glue all these pieces down. And then what I'm going to end up doing is adding a little bit of baker's twine, some red and white baker's twine around the little flag here that I'm going to get ready to put down. And these are all pretty thick cardstock pieces, so I do want to make sure I'm using my liquid adhesive just to make sure everything stays and it doesn't come back up. And I'm always remembering to put the pin back in my glue. So this is the baker's twine. It's a nice hefty twine. I had some other twine that I've had in my stash forever, but last year I did pick this up. The twine that I've had in my stash is kind of a thinner, weaker twine, and I do like this. It's a little bit heavier weight, if you will, and so I like how it sits on the pages, and it just has a little more, it's more substantial. So I'm just going to glue that down and hold it. I'm going to get a clip to make sure everything stays in place, and then I'm just going to tie a cute little bow with the twine around this little flag piece. And what I usually end up doing with these bows is that I also add a little bit of glue to the bow itself so that it doesn't come untied while it's in the book and people are turning pages and such. So you'll see that here in a couple minutes as well. And I'm just fixing it, and I'll fiddle with this quite a bit just to try to make sure it sits straight, and that's always difficult, I think, with twine. The twine tends to want to like twist when you pull it, just because of how it's twined or twirled together, but I end up getting it how I like it. And then I'm just clipping off the edges, and then like I said, I will put a little bit of glue right there in the center knot area so that it stays in place and it doesn't come undone. And again, just fiddling more. I think you can fiddle with these little bows forever before they get nice. So now I'm going to glue that down, and then I'm going to end up gluing down the holly, and that's pretty much it. This page is really, really simple to make. It is only one page spread, obviously, so it didn't take me a lot of time to put everything together. Once I glue down the holly, I will type up all my journaling onto some coffee dyed paper with my old antique typewriter, or it's really probably vintage, not antique, but my antique or my vintage typewriter. I'll type that all out with coffee dyed paper, and then I'll add it as strips on. You'll see that in the actual pictures. And then the last thing I do with this page, besides the journaling, is I do pull out some stickles, and I stickle the date or the year up at the top. I just thought it needed a little bit of something extra, and stickles always looks nice with Christmas stuff. So you'll see that here in the next kind of clip. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little intro video. I literally have only done this in my album, and it is the 19th of December already, which is crazy. I thought I was far. I started late last year, but I'm pretty sure this year is the latest I've ever started. Hopefully, I actually have some time off work. I will be able to get some more pages done, and I hopefully will find some time between family stuff and that to post them here on YouTube. And I will also put a little post in Facebook and Instagram. If you would like to follow my other social medias, you can definitely click on the links below. I have Instagram, like I said, and Facebook. And if you like the video, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe. So I will be back hopefully soon, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.